This is a car, and this is a West Coast Customs car.
Tattoos and tailpipes from bad to the bone.
It started out as a one-man shop, has grown into a worldwide
West
empire.
Coast wizards of leather and chrome.
No matter how big we get, it's still all about the car.
The kings of custom.
We have the most skilled technicians and creative ideas.
Creative, innovative is the name of the game.
At West Coast Customs, we build the cars that people only
West
dream
Coast
about.
Customs gonna build it your way.
I'm Ryan Freelinghouse, and I'm inviting you inside West Coast Customs.
West Coast Customs. West Coast.
So today's a great day. Just got a phone call from Lucasfilm. They want to talk to me about doing a project. I'm assuming it's Star Wars, so I'm really excited just since I am a huge Star Wars fan. So I'm going to go up to San Francisco, sit down with them, and figure out what this build's all about.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I'm John Goodson.
Hey, John.
Welcome to
Ryan.
Industrial Light and Magic.
It's my wife, Megan.
Hi, Megan. Nice to meet you.
This is little Ryan.
Ryan.
And Dylan.
Hi, Dylan. How are you? Good. Since you got your family here, why don't we go check out some of the stuff that's around the company, look at some of the movie artifacts and things like that?
I'm excited.
Cool. This is one of our only Star Wars artifacts here. This little TIE fighter.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, this was used on Jedi. And this is a Yoda.
Hey, Yoda. We have we have several
you got-
Yodas
yeah.
at our house. There's an actual stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a humongous Star Wars fan, and being able to come down here to ILM and see just what it really takes to put together one of these movies that we all love, and to bring my family along with me, it's really a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Dylan, stand by the front door.
Look like a giant.
You look like a giant. Look at E.T.
Yeah, it's the E.T. Well, you know what? This is the end of the tour. Do you guys want to go off and get some lunch?
Yeah.
And we'll go
You guys hungry?
to the design room and we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit.
Okay.
Come on, bud.
We'll see you shortly. I'm so glad you got to come up here and
Yeah.
we're going to get to work with you. This is awesome.
I'm pumped. This is like one of those, things that, is this really happening?
project?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you should see my house.
Well, let's go in here and meet
right.
some of the concept guys. So this is Alex Yeager, concept
man.
artist.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Brian Freelinghouse, and this is Tang Lee.
Hey, man.
also
Nice
concept
to meet
artist.
you. Awesome.
Exciting.
Let's get to work.
Yeah. I think this is going to be awesome because Ryan is such a huge fan, and that makes such a big difference because you could get any number of companies to work on this, but they don't have that kind of personal involvement that he does. Star Wars is very near and dear to his heart.
We kind of thought, what would be a cool kind of way to convey Star Wars through a car and Lucasfilm and everything. And
Right.
one of the things that came to mind was the Star Wars kid commercial with the little Darth Vader and the
Right.
Star Wars thing. So I thought maybe the U.S. built Passat would be a good sort of canvas to work with.
Yeah. It's a good looking car already, so
Yeah.
you get tons of ideas just looking at it, right?
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
your guys' ideas?
Well, we came up with some ideas here to start with. This is sort of playing around with the idea of a stormtrooper car, playing with the Imperial logo in places, whether on the wheels or little details in the headlights. And then,
That's awesome.
whether you want to go dark side or light side, we got the
Right.
Rebel car with the orange and gray paint job. And then, of course, everybody's favorite, the Darth Vader car.
Right.
Little touches of red and the flat black and shiny black.
I like them all. Can we build them all?
Sure.
I mean, I think the one that really stands out the most is probably the Vader car. I like the flat black and the gloss black. Definitely like the red accents.
Cool.
It really makes my mind just start thinking like immediately. I mean, I definitely think the front of his mask is something I really want to focus on. Almost making that triangle right there in the front.
Yeah.
But looking at, I've seen a bunch of this stuff on the walls right here. It's like, there's so many things we can integrate.
What about the TIE fighter? Details like the window, shapes like that.
There's a lot of ideas. Obviously, I'm gonna be a little overwhelmed right now since I just had this awesome tour and now, looking at all this. But once I get back and I sit down and I sit with my guys and come up with some ideas, it'd be cool to, maybe get a couple pieces that I could sit with my guys and look at. And
Yeah, we can put together a packet of stuff and send it down to you. You'll have a complete kit of things to look at.
But I mean, thank you guys for your time. I mean, this was unbelievable for me. I don't want to go home. I want to stay here.
You got to go build the car.
Yeah, but I'm ready. So much.
Well,
man.
thank you. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks. Looking at all these pieces around me and all this stuff on the wall, my head's spinning right now. So, I mean, seeing all the different renderings and seeing all the different ideas from the Rebel car to, a Stormtrooper car, I think the Darth Vader one really just stood out the most. This one is so important to me since I am a humongous Star Wars fan. I have a lot of work ahead of me because I don't want to overdo it. There's a ton of Star Wars fans that obviously are going to be looking at this car, and I want to make sure I do the right thing, and I think I got a bunch of stuff now that I can take back to Jeff, and me and him can sit down, maybe go and actually watch one of the films in my theater at home and just start collaborating some ideas and just build Vader's Ride. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're going to build a car that Darth Vader would drive.
I love the idea of a Darth Vader car, and I think we all kind of gravitated towards that. I think it was sort of, there's something, I mean, Vader to me is the natural one that you would pick to do that with. Bad guys always have the coolest stuff.
Vader as a design has great aesthetics, the silhouette, the character, everything. And putting that into a car where a car is defined by the profile and whatnot, it's great. I can't wait to see the final car.
I really want to see it. I want to see it right now.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. Jeff, let's go.
What's up, man?
We're going on a field trip.
Yeah?
Got a ton of inspiration by going to see all the Star Wars stuff. I need Jeff to kind of get that same inspiration. I just went to Lucasfilm, got a ton of inspiration by getting to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Now I'm gonna go meet with Jeff and actually take him on a field trip and see if I can somewhat do the same thing. Jeff, let's go.
What's up, man?
We're going on a field trip.
Yeah?
This will be a good one. Welcome to my casa. All right, Jeff. Well, it's not Lucasfilm, but got a lot of cool collectible stuff. I mean, this is really who we're talking about as Darth Vader. Like that whole face piece and his chest piece, and like we can really get creative with it,
Yeah.
I really like these tones of black. I think if we can do something with that, with the paint.
Like a gloss and a matte.
Yeah, gloss and a matte maybe, and then maybe do something with this for the radio part, in the interior. Work
Center
with Ish on
console.
something with his seats should feel like his suit. I'm just trying to really think of like all the iconic pieces to him. Obviously his mask that's a really big piece of, who he is. Like we gotta make this one cool, where all the fans, because we have, how many Star Wars fans are out there? They're gonna look at this car and say that we did a good job. That's what I want,
Yeah.
All right, let's go watch a movie. Ready, Jeff?
Yeah, let's do this.
It had been a long time since I had seen the film, so to see it again is really inspirational overall. A lot of stuff you don't remember, little details that we can use in the build. So I escaped the office for a little bit, but I got to get back to the Death Star and get started on these renderings.
So I think using the VW Passat is just the perfect vehicle for this, since the Passat and that little Darth Vader kid that they had and the whole commercial for Super Bowl last year was really cool. I mean, for me, it was pretty funny just because you don't really see a lot of Star Wars commercials. So when you've seen that commercial and the kid trying to use the Force to start the car and the mom and dad are inside and they started with the remote start, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I related to it. And the car has a good feel to it. So building this Darth Vader car out of a Passat just makes sense. There's a lot of lines that make a lot of sense on it. Just adding the paint scheme and a couple little things that we came up with, I think it's gonna be a really, really cool car. So Jeff just finished the renderings. We just printed them out. I'm gonna go downstairs, meet with the guys, and talk about this awesome build. I don't wanna make it a cheesy Star Wars car. R2-D2 coming out the back, just some funny different things, which are cool, but for us, it's like we have our brand and we're building awesome, awesome cars now. It's like we gotta stick to that, but still make it feel like Darth Vader. So we came up with a couple different renderings, me and Jeff. Do the front fascia like his mask, do the lighting, get Oracle to come down and do some really cool red lighting on it. So Lucasfilm provided us with a couple sounds. One of the ones I really liked the best was the lightsaber turning on and the lightsaber turning off, which I think would be really cool when you open the door and close the door. So I'm gonna get these sounds down to Wes and have him integrate them into the car. Wes, the challenge for you is really gonna be making the navigation and all the sounds in the car to sound like Darth Vader. I got the sounds, I have his voice, I have everything we need. Sounds good? Cool. All right, let's do it. Want to see something cool? Look at what I got when I was there. Check this out.
Oh. That's awesome.
Crazy.
To build the ultimate dark side ride, we'll start with a brand new Volkswagen Passat. After the teardown, we'll shave the handles and start the transformation by updating the front grille to look like the breathing vents in Darth Vader's helmet. In the trunk, we're gonna build Vader's balls, a display case housing memorabilia honoring the Darth Lord. The exterior, we'll get a two-tone black matte and high gloss paint job. While inside the car, we'll be looking at the full dark side treatment, including a lightsaber e-brake handle, a recreation of Vader's iconic chest piece to mask the navigation system, 3 Diamond Audio 10-inch subwoofers, and black leather and suede on the seats. Underneath, the car will get updated exhaust tips and red Oracle LEDs to light up the chassis and custom Asante wheels. And the whole thing will be sitting on a brand new set of Continental tires. There is no doubt the Force is strong with this one. So Lucasfilm sent us a bunch of products, from t-shirts to lightsabers to some of the posters, artwork, books. I mean, there was a ton of things that they sent. One, it was awesome just to add to my collection. But two, there's a lot of stuff that I want to use in the build. I mean, one of the lightsabers I was thinking about taking apart, using as the e-brake handle in the car. There was a lot of inspiration, but for me, I mean, just doing this build, I come up with tons and tons of ideas. You know, I want to really make West Coast Customs, Star Wars combined and build a really awesome car. Early Christmas presents, maybe? So I sent Kenny to go pick up the VW. It may come in as a VW, but it's gonna leave Vader's Ride. Sweet. It's nice though, huh? These cars are nice. And when you think of VW, it's always like a bug, right? Or a bus, but not a luxury car. Wow, it's suede and leather? All right, well, let's pull it inside and tear it apart. Dad.
We got Vader's Ride. 90% of the build is all about the interior. It's a very complex where you can go and tear it down and kind of leave it an empty shell, but complete on the inside.
I think using Darth Vader as a character to build a car around is probably the perfect fit, just because there's a lot of characteristics to his suit, to his mask, to some of the different pieces of his ship. There's a ton of stuff to do, and I don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, I want to integrate the perfect pieces to it so it really feels like a Vader car.
So what we're trying to do is recreate Darth Vader's mask on the front of this vehicle. And the old grille doesn't even look like this, so what we're trying to do is cut out all the old original grille, reconstruct a whole new grille out of clay, and pull a mold off it and make a composite part.
We're ready to cut a hole in the VW for the new glass in the roof.
One of the vehicles that Darth Vader has in the movie Star Wars is the TIE Fighter. And there's a bunch of elements on the TIE Fighter that I was trying to figure out how to incorporate it in the car. And one of the biggest things, I think, is the windshield of it, the front piece of where he actually looks out when he's driving. Obviously on this car we can't do that because the windshield, you gotta be able to drive it. So the next best place is to cut a hole in the roof and make it mimic the actual windshield of the TIE Fighter. So I told the guys in the 11th hour of this build, when it's getting ready to go to paint, we gotta cut a hole in the roof and come up with this piece. So right now, we cut the hole. We're gonna finalize it by cutting these little pieces to fill the gap where the sunroof used to be, weld it in and get it over to the body shop. The piece is cut. Now it's time to go tack it on the car and get this car off to the body shop. Hey, boss. I'm ready to work, boss. So after everything fits and it's in, we're gonna get a piece of polycast that fits in here perfect, that actually matches the contour of the roof. We're gonna sandblast and scribe the actual design from the TIE Fighter windshield in it. So when you're driving at night, you look up, it ultimately looks like you're looking out the front windshield of the TIE Fighter.
To make this car look more smooth and elegant, we're gonna shave the door handles. So the reason why we spend so much time molding the vehicle is we actually try to capture every single mounting point of the vehicle. So that way when we get ready to put it back on the car, it bolts right on. So we got this part pretty much trimmed up, so let's go check to see how it fits. Just like factory, guys. This is already triangles already down in a composite, so we're gonna make some steel bars that actually represent the grills of the Vader's mask.
That's pretty cool. Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. I wanted to do a Star Wars piece on my leg for a long time, and it's like, you know what? What's a better time to start this than now?
You ready for this?
Yep, let's do it. For me, tattoos obviously is a big part of my life. I'm always getting something that reminds me of something. I wanted to do a Star Wars piece on my leg for a long time, and it's like, you know what? What's a better time to start this than now? So I called in Fabian, one of my good friends that's also a tattoo artist, and I had him do a Darth Vader headshot on my calf. So around that, we can add some different characters and really make it a whole Star Wars piece.
You ready for this?
Yep, let's do it.
That's it, you're done. Now hang out for a minute, don't stand up. We went about close to 4 hours, and this isn't an easy area to get tattooed. It stings back there. But he never moved once. He may have complained a lot, but that has no effect whatsoever on the final result. Now, stand up slowly. I have a special guest that's gonna be arriving to make sure that we got it dialed in and give us the final approval on it.
Feel disturbance in the Force.
Show 'em.
It's approved. So the front end of the car is pretty much handled right now. Behind me, Manuel's working on the back end of it, which is basically trying to take some of the design cues off the TIE Fighter and add it into the exhaust exit port, which is gonna be in the middle, and then he's shaping everything else with metal around the side of it. So the guys busted ass last night. The car is fully prepped, it's ready to go in the booth. George is mixing up his BASF paint. VADERSRIDE's ready to get sprayed.
We got the first part done of the process. We painted a high gloss black. The reason we painted a high gloss black is so the door jambs and all the shut faces will all be done. And then we got to come back after we fit the front end, we got to come back and do matte stripes, so it gives it that look of the Vader's mask.
So our friends at Oracle are showing up today. They're gonna bring the headlights that they made for this Vader car, but also they're gonna bring some extra lighting for Wes to kind of put underneath it in the wheel wells to really make it glow red so it feels like the dark side.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Got some lights for you, man.
All right.
Here, unwrap these, see what
Cool
you think.
stuff as usual. Dude, they look awesome and they're not even on yet.
I know.
I want to light one of these puppies up and see how it looks.
There you go.
Oracle killed it again. They dropped off a bunch of cool stuff that we're gonna use on the Vader car, not just the headlights, but we're gonna do some accent lighting underneath. Everything's red like Darth Vader, and they used a different type of LED than what we've used before, and there's a real fine tolerance in between them, so they're closer than the halos we normally use. But once it's on, you can really tell you get that rich, bright glow that's really gonna set this thing off, and I'm excited to get it all in the car. What these are going to do is these are going to go down the rocker of the vehicle that'll allow the whole underside of each side of the vehicle to glow pretty intensely red, which is going to be really cool with the rest of the vehicle, the accent lighting on the headlights, things like that. Cool. I'm happy with it. Got the beast.
Finally here. Like it's gonna start looking like Vader. So, you know, when Jeff did this rendering, you know, you kind of look at it and you see it going off there, but you don't see where it goes. So I think we should just lay some tape out and kind of see where these lines end up going. One of the things I think on Darth Vader's suit and the way he looks in just different photos that we've looked at, there's a lot of different highlights on him. And I think that painting the whole car black gloss, coming back and doing the matte black stripes on it to kind of give it those highlights to look like his hood and his mask and kind of his suit, I think it's really gonna give it that feel and look that we're looking for. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Because it goes into the V. It needs to go into a V more like that. So it kind of comes down into that and then goes back out into that. Okay, I think we got a good picture of it.
No, definitely. I think we're in the right direction.
So maybe you can get with the guys, have them tape everything off. We'll stand back and look at it one last time before we send it over to paint. I'm gonna go get some more pictures of the TIE Fighter and see if there's some other elements we can add to it.
We'll tape up one side only.
Okay.
We'll get that looked at, and if we see something different, we can transfer to the other side.
All right, cool. Looks good. Maybe we bring this stripe, just like a little stripe, you know, follow this body line. I think it's perfect. We need to get over to the body shop, get it Darth Vaderized.
So they did a really good job matting it out. I think this is exactly what we were looking for. Now it's time to get it unwrapped and get out to final assembly.
So I'm gonna go meet with Ishmael and talk about this Vader build. The interior on this car, I think, has gotta be as perfect as the exterior. So I printed out a couple different ideas and then Jeff's rendering. Sit down and see what we can figure out. What's up, Ish?
What's up, Ray?
So here's the thing. I sat with Jeff, we came up with a couple ideas, we did a rendering. But I don't think it's enough. For this one, I mean, it's gotta be special. I mean, you know my love for Star Wars.
I feel you.
So we got a suit. You know, he's got this like quilted stuff going on. He got his cape. He got this like little chain that goes around his neck right there.
That's because he likes heavy metal. That's why he wears the chain.
So if Darth Vader was real, he is real. But if he was real and he came here and said, I need a car that represents me, that's how we gotta build it.
Brian and I, we just talk about the Vader car. I understand exactly what he wants, but he wants like the quilted material on the sides, the cape, the helmet on the headrest. It's gonna be a challenge, but you know, I couldn't say no. Get out of here.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. So Kenny's on his way over to Aero Marine to work with Carmen to figure out what this roof piece is gonna be made out of. It's a lot different than a normal sunroof, right? So Kenny's on his way over to Aero Marine to work with Carmen to figure out what this roof piece is gonna be made out of. Once that's done, he's gonna bring it back. Daniel will sandblast the actual TIE Fighter design in the glass itself, and then it'll be ready to be installed.
What's up, girl?
What's up?
Same old.
What do you have?
I made a ring tool this time. I know you asked for normally a mold,
Uh-huh.
but this is kind of the way I develop glass tooling.
Okay.
So I want to drape one more part on top of here, but I think, you know, let's talk about it in the back and see where we got to go with it.
Okay. Kenny just dropped off his ring tool, and it's a very unique tool. I'm not quite sure at this point how I'm gonna make it work, but we're gonna try it. And I think I'm gonna be trying it a few times. I have some 3/8. Is that big enough? We're on. Okay, so I'm gonna get in the back. I'm gonna get working on this polycast part for Kenny, and we'll see what we come up with.
So this morning, Ryan and I had to talk about the Vader car on what we want to do with the trunk. What I'm doing is I'm looking online, I'm getting some ideas. We don't want it to look like a China hutch. We want it to be something a little bit more specific, more Star Wars-y, and make it more like Vader's vault, really, than a hutch. So what I basically did was I made a frame, and then we're gonna fiberglass it to the trunk, so it'll look like a shell, like it's part of the car. And then this will lay in over the top. Like that.
So now that I have the cover done, I'm just gonna put them on the foam, and bada bing, bada boom, right? What do you think?
Yeah, man, I told you it's gonna look good. It looks just like this thing. Got sleeves here on the side. It's perfect.
Wrinkles to the quilting?
Yeah.
Enough.
There it is. What more can you ask for?
Okay, right now we're working on the Vader chest piece. That's the centerpiece of the car that covers the radio console. And I'm making some components out of wood that look like the cylinders that run along the side of it. And they're cut down in different spacings and have machine areas in them. We're just gonna use the metal device to make the wood what it should be. That's pretty much a general design. Now we'll do a little sanding and get it off to paint.
I'm just coming back to Aero Marine. Every time I come here, Carmen does an impossible task for me.
Here I come.
Carmen made an amazing part for us. Correct color, correct curvature. I like the color. So now it's time to get it wrapped up and get out of here.
There you go. You're all set.
Beautiful. Guess we'll get these on here and get them loaded in the car.
All right, see you later.
Thanks, bro.
Good deal.
So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna actually cut out a mask and lay it on the glass, and then we're gonna sandblast the glass so we can backlight it and make it look like the TIE Fighter. All right, let's blast this bad boy. Get back over the table, get it unmasked, and make sure we're good to go. All right, there you have it. It's all done. We now have the front of our TIE Fighter to go on the top of the car. My opinion, I think Darth Vader would actually be pretty proud of this one.
How'd it turn out, Kenny?
I don't know, let's check it out now. TIE Fighter-ish?
That's cool. It's a lot different than a normal sunroof, right?
No, but look at the shape. It actually follows the shape.
No, I know, I love it. I gotta look at it from the top. I'm gonna go upstairs and look. It looks finished, right? I mean, I'm so glad we did that.
Gives it a whole different look.
Kenny! I summons you. Lucas sent us some of these, and I figured I would donate it to you to take apart and use as an e-brake handle.
Bracket it on there, get it wrapped done, and we're good to go.
So one of the problems we have with this Vader build is the interior on this car is tan. And since we're going with the whole Vader look and we want it to be black, we gotta really paint the interior or dye it. So we've invited our friends over at SEM to come by and really show us how to do it, since this is something that we don't do here at the shop and something we need to learn how to do.
Well, my name's Danny Votel. I'm with PPX Reps. We are the SEM reps for the state of California. The materials that we're using today are going to be factory quality. It's going to be the same type of material that are used at the manufacturers to put on the cars originally. We're going to be taking this car from a light tan color to a black color. Which one do you want to start with?
The door panel will be fine.
All right. turned out pretty good. We didn't lose any of the texture, as you can see, and
The sheen is perfect.
we just got done shooting the job. Everything turned out great, and now it's time to get back to the shop.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. So I'm here at Asante. Since this is a build that's so important to me, I want to make sure these wheels are right. Everybody loves Star Wars, right, Sergio?
Yeah, I know.
So a quick update on VADERSRIDE. It's coming together really, really good. I mean, Oracle came in, did the lights look amazing. The paint's turning out awesome. Right now, Daniel's finishing up some of the trunk stuff. I think there's so many Star Wars fans out there that are gonna be blown away when they see the representation that we did of Star Wars / Darth Vader. Once Kenny does the clay molding on the dashboard and makes it look like Darth Vader's chest piece, it's really gonna tie that feeling in when you're sitting inside the car. So I'm excited to see it all done.
Everything looks beautiful. Ryan loved it when he came down and looked at it.
I like the accent pieces.
If Vader had a vault,
that's what it would look like.
So now we're gonna actually make the thumbprint scanner in the locking system. So I started off with a piece of acrylic, which will mount in from the back side right here. And then we'll take the thumbprint scanner and we're gonna French it into the glass. So everything will look flush, and then we'll paint this red, and it'll look just like a lock.
Ryan would really like to incorporate some of the theme sounds from the Star Wars movies and kind of incorporate some of Vader's sounds. Of course, the most popular one of those would be the lightsaber. And Ryan would like to incorporate those sounds with the doors opening and closing. TomTom has a really cool handheld navigation that'll work in any vehicle. So my challenge with that is to take the audio from that and get it piped through our amazing sound system so that we can incorporate some of those sounds with not only the navigation, but maybe some other cool stuff inside the car. Oh, dude, that was spot on. That's awesome. Put my heat shrink over these so that they're protected, get them up into the car, and test it with all 4 doors. And I think this is a wrap.
Take the ferry and bring me all the passengers. I want them alive.
That's how Vader's supposed to sound.
So I'm here at Asante. I'm gonna go see Sergio. He's got my wheels ready for this VW build. Since this is a build that's so important to me, I wanna make sure these wheels are right. I'm gonna check them out. Hopefully they're ready. I'm gonna load them up and get them back to the shop.
Right here.
Everybody loves Star Wars, right, Sergio?
Yeah, I know. Bring back memories, huh?
Yeah, it does.
What do you think?
That's cool. That's perfect.
Even less,
Yeah,
you
this
know,
will
you're
be
gonna
good.
put lights and everything.
Yeah, it's got that red light that's gonna glow from behind it. That's
It's
awesome.
gonna be on fire.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Send me some pictures.
Yeah, well, you gotta come over and check it out when it's done. Kenny! The wheels are here.
They look good?
Yeah. I told him, this build is pretty important.
Dude. Oh, it's sick.
Sick, right?
Holy crud.
Sweet, there it is. Looks good.
All right, Daniel.
Hey, what's up, man?
The helmets are here. First Darth Vader. Then we have the TIE helmet. And a Stormtrooper.
There we go. Fits good. Looks good.
That's sick.
Got the whole dark side in the trunk.
Yep. That logo looks really good too, huh?
I like it.
I just brought Daniel the helmets. They all fit in there perfect. I think it honestly really finishes off the trunk. That box that he built back there is awesome. It's not part of Star Wars, but we made it part of Star Wars. So we're gonna load it up and send it off the... So the car's finished, it looks amazing. I wish I was keeping it for my own collection, but I really gotta get it off to ILM. Hopefully, this will give them some inspiration. Be careful with my baby.
All right.
All right, I'll see you in San Francisco.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. So we made it to San Francisco. The car is here.
Wow. Oh, this is awesome.
So I've been a Star Wars fan for a long, long time. I mean, since I was a kid, I mean, it's always been something that I was into. I got a phone call from Lucas, and they want to do a build. Anything Star Wars, anything Lucas, I'm in.
And then, of course, everybody's favorite, the Darth Vader car.
Right.
Bad guys always have the coolest stuff.
And we're gonna build a car that Darth Vader would drive. There's a ton of stuff to do, and I don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, I want to integrate the perfect pieces to it so it really feels like a Vader car.
Got the whole dark side in the trunk.
Yep. It ultimately looks like you're looking out the front windshield of the TIE Fighter. You got his cape. You got this like little chain that goes around his neck right there.
That's because he likes heavy metal. That's why he wears a chain.
Show him.
It's approved. So we made it to San Francisco. The car's here. We snuck it in one of ILM stages right now. My next step is go grab John and the guys and really unveil this car to them. There's a lot of people that work here. I don't want anybody to see the car. So since it is Vader's ride, only a stormtrooper can protect it. Hey guys.
Hey, Ryan.
How's it going?
Good.
Good to see you guys. You ready to see this car?
Let's go check it out.
All right. All right, behind this door is a piece of history. Get ready.
See it.
Looks amazing in the dark,
Cool.
right?
Yeah, wow. That is awesome.
Now we should use the Force.
Wow.
Huh? Wow. I took some of your guys' stuff and then put some of our stuff in it.
The cool thing with the front of the car was that even though it has the Darth Vader triangle on it, it's not a literal interpretation. It's nice and close to the front end of the car, so it doesn't feel like something that was tacked on after the fact. It sort of gives the whole car a direction.
The matte and the gloss paint is really striking. Plus the red lights. I mean, you know, it's got so many great design elements to it, so yeah. Walking in, it was awestruck, kind of, yeah.
We kept it clean and simple on the sides, you know, we shaved the handles off.
Super clean. So you got LEDs inside the...
Yeah,
inside the wheels?
Yeah, inside the wheels.
That is cool.
Underneath the car. And then the back end, I'm really excited to show you guys the back end. It was like we did so much in the front, and you're like, what can we do in the back, you know? So that was when I took that TIE Fighter and took some of the features and working exhaust. When we build these vehicles, it's like, what can we do? We put a video game system, or we do this, we do that. And it's like, this car is so special. And it's like, I love collecting Star Wars stuff. So I said, let's make something in the trunk that's like Vader's vault. So we did a thumbprint deal here. So you thumbprint, and then you can pull this piece off and put in different pieces in there. You gotta see the interior of this. Took the TIE Fighter windshield and put it as like a sunroof. If we did it on the windshield, it would have looked not right, but I figured...
be able to drive it on the
street. Yeah, exactly. Added some sound to it. So when you open the door, it sounds like a lightsaber opening.
I love the seats.
Yeah.
They are beautiful. Oh, wow.
Cool, huh?
That is cool. Oh, this is awesome.
And blew up Darth Vader's chest piece a little bit to cover the radio.
Talks too, right?
It talks too.
Yeah, it talks. You want to hear it? You guys got to hear it.
Yeah, it's gotta hear it.
It's pretty cool. We ran it through all the stereo system in here, so it sounds amazing.
At the end of the road, take the ferry and bring me all the passengers. I want them alive.
So what do you guys think?
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
We got somebody official coming in to check it out, though.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that scream, that's his stamp of approval. He loved it.
That's good. Usually clients don't scream at the cars, but since it is Vader's
Darth
ride,
Vader's
right?
car. I mean,
Well, I'll leave you the keys. Thank you
Thanks,
very
Ryan.
much.
Cool.
Thanks, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Ryan has tastefully chosen a large collection of things, put them together. The seats are incredible. I love those. All the little accents. He's integrated all these things together really beautifully in the car.
Definitely an exercise in restraint and editing as far as picking out which bits to use and which elements that you don't want to literally copy from the original source, but you want to sort of get the feel of. And I think that's exactly what Ryan and his team did.
I mean, Star Wars has been a big part of my life and my career, and just being able to see it for the first time, it left a great impression in my mind, and I'm sure it'll do for the fans as well.
I think the fans would love it. I think this will be at Celebration 6 in Orlando this summer, so they'll get a chance to check it out, and I think they'll love it.
This was one of those ones that was obviously very personal to me. I mean, words can't express how excited I was to build this car. And to get the reaction that I got today, I think it hit home. We didn't overdo it where I was worried, you know, if we do too much, it's gonna just look cheesy. It's not gonna represent the brand the way we want to represent it. This car, you could actually get in and drive it and people would look at it and say, wow, that's an awesome car.
Come check out Vader's Ride for yourself this summer at Star Wars Celebration 6. August 23rd through the 26th in Orlando, Florida. To win tickets to this event, go to westcoastcustoms.com. For more information, go to starwarscelebration.com. Next time on Inside West Coast Customs.
Hey, Ryan?
Yeah.
Firefall and Trade Group is here to see you.
Okay, cool, thank you. I think maybe the first thing we do is give you a quick tour around the shop, kind of show you our world, show you what we're capable of doing, and then we'll sit down and go over this build. Wow, that's a perfect canvas, right?
Look how big that thing is.
The next step is to get into the shop, get it broken down, and get working. So we want to drop these off, and I'll talk to you later about it. Cool?
What the heck is this?